There is some sort of situation that is not unfolding or not happening at this time. And it's because of unresolved issues. Unresolved issues, burdens, responsibilities. We have shooting star on the bottom of the deck. So this is the action, right, that we're desiring. This is the wish that we're seeking to have granted. And it's interesting that this is an 8 card in the sign of Aries. And we know the significance of the 4s and the 8s right now. This is actually, the No is a 4 card. All right. So part of what I'm feeling here is that with the energy of the 4 and the 8 here, we're halfway there right now towards whatever it is that we're wanting to manifest or create. The issue is that, first of all, it's about divine timing. The timing isn't quite, we're halfway there, right? We're at that midpoint right now. We're at that point. So about halfway through the journey here, when we're looking at the major arcana, it's that energy of the Hanged Man, right? So it's that new perspective that needs to be gained. It's that new way of seeing things. It's that epiphany, that realization. All right. And there is an energy when we're feeling that Hanged Man energy, right, of sacrifice as well. It's like, keep striving forward, keep knowing what is a worthy sacrifice, and understand that there is something that needs to be released with this baggage card here. Something that needs to be released and let go in order to continue moving forward. All right, and so like when we're looking at the 4s and the 8s, it's maybe around the Lionsgate portal that we're seeing this really manifest, if we are willing to release the baggage that's weighing us down. All right, there's some sort of unresolved issue here. For some people, this is about the energy of excess, like fine-tuning things, getting rid of the things that aren't important, really trimming down and getting down to brass tacks when it comes to like staying focused, keeping your focus and your vision aligned. But for some of us, it's these unresolved issues. Clear. Unresolved fears, wounds from the past. Let's get into this a little bit more here. Yeah, we have mental anguish, 9 of Swords coming out. Mercury and Mars and Gemini. All right, we have the 4 of Swords, no action or movement. So getting paralyzed, being caught in analysis paralysis, being caught in the chaos of the mind. There's anxiety, there's worry, there's a lot of an energy of hopelessness here. For some people, it's also the energy of like, I read dormant as doormat. So for some people, it's the energy of like not having good boundaries either, needing to set better boundaries. We have the Lovers coming out upright with Death in reverse, which in this deck represents internal change. All right, so there's a powerful energy of alignment that is possible here. There's a choice, right? The Lovers oftentimes represent a choice. And I love this in relation to the Lionsgate portal, right? Because the Lionsgate portal is representative of that energy. This year, we're having that opportunity to have a merger with our higher selves, a powerful merger with our higher selves. So this is that choice point. Do I follow the path that my higher self is laying out before me, even though I'm scared, even though it's requiring me to work through inertia, right? To work through my unresolved issues, my fears, to walk through all of that stuff that's yucky and murky. And it's like the way Spirit's showing it to me right now is, it's like a moat or a swamp in the Florida Everglades. That's what it feels like the unresolved crap, for lack of a better term, right? The unresolved karmic energy. And understanding that karma just means an accumulation of everything that we have ever been and our evolutionary impulse or desire. How it is that we need to evolve in the circumstances, the people, and the places that we attract in order to assist in that evolution. All right? That karmic soup, that karmic swamp, where it's like, we don't know what's in there. There's probably alligators in there, right? This is the Everglades. We can't see through the water, but we're being asked to wade through that water anyway because there's a powerful internal shift or change that we're being invited. We have the choice. We have the option of whether we want to accept this metamorphosis, embrace this rebirth, or we want to stay stuck in the old. All right? Do we want to stay so overly identified? This baggage can be seen as over-identification with the ego, right? With the false self, with this conglomeration of who we are based on all of our past experiences. So basically with our karma, this is like an over-identification. Ooh, this is interesting. An over-identification with our ego is essentially an over-identification with our karma, allowing our past karma to determine who we are. And it's this understanding as I continue to study evolutionary astrology, right? Our karma is not like a verdict, right? Like this is where you have been, so this is where you're always going to be, or what you're always going to do, or where you're going to go. We get to choose. That's why we have free will. All right, but Spirit's saying like that's the point. You get to choose. So many of us, in one way or another, we've been staying stuck. We've been choosing to stay stuck because we haven't wanted to wade through the swamp. We've stuck our toe in from time to time. Maybe we've even gotten in up to our knees, but we have not. It's like we've stayed near the edge of the bank. So that way, if we do notice an alligator, we can jump back onto the shore. Right? We're not too far. We're not too far in. Some of us, though, it's like continuing this analogy, we may actually be about halfway through and we've like paused. And the comedy of that is, if there is an alligator, we're pretty much dead in the water if we're just standing there in the middle. Right? The shore is too far away on either side. Our best bet is to continue moving forward to reach the other bank. We're just as close to that one as we are to the other one, right? To the old self, to the false self. Why not continue moving forward toward the new? So it's like this paralysis where many of us are at that choice point. Am I going to move forward into the new, or am I going to choose to move backwards? And I did just discuss at length, so I recommend people check it out if you haven't yet. In the video that I just did about the downloads that I received regarding the solar eclipse, that there are many of us who, because we are clearing out these templates for humanity, get thrown back into the muck over and over again to repeat situations to achieve a deeper level of clearing. And I explained how you can tell the difference between just being stuck in your shit and between being actively engaged in that process of clearing out a deeper level of the muck, collective muck. All right, which is our muck, because we are part of the collective. We incarnated into it, right? The volunteers, the 144,000, whatever you want to call whatever we want to call ourselves, right? All right, but it's like at this point, it's that choice of staying stuck in the muck or moving forward. All right, coming into alignment or staying out of alignment. Or moving out of alignment, because we've been in alignment, you guys. It's just like that's the energy of this. Our heads have tried to convince us that we're out of alignment. They try so hard that they almost throw us out of alignment by trying so hard to convince us. So don't let your mind convince you that you're not doing this, right? That you're a failure, that you haven't grown, that you're not changing. Don't prove your mind right. Let's put it that way, right? It's like the ego is trying to gaslight you. We're those of us finding this video, it's like we're in this process of like gaslighting ourselves almost. And for some people, this is a Mercury retrograde reading, right? So it's like this is the energy of the revisitation, right? When we revisit, we revise. And so for some of it, it's like a cycle that we thought we had completed. Like I'll use myself as an example here. When I started getting ready to level up in terms of my business, really commit myself to the ways that I can show up to serve humanity, and the ways that I'm also growing myself, and just really stepping into a brand new version, a more empowered and aligned version of myself. All of these fears and doubts came creeping back up. The imposter syndrome came creeping back in. All this stuff that I thought I'd healed, and I went through another level of that, another dark night of the soul. All right. And then I came out of that and I was feeling really good, really empowered. A lot of these Aries energies, right? Blazing right ahead. And then over the past few weeks, especially since this retrograde is hit, and especially since that eclipse, right? And check out the astrological energies of Mercury retrograde video. I think I already mentioned that if I didn't yet. It's so important so you understand what's going on here. That imposter syndrome, that maybe I'm not enough, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I can't do this, maybe I need to learn more, maybe I'm not ready, right? She wasn't ready. It's like that kind of an energy coming back up again. But it's just ready. It's here to receive a deeper level of clearing. All right. So just know whatever it is that you're going through right now, if it's popping back up seemingly out of nowhere, it's because you're ready for a deeper level of clearing. All right. To make that choice once again, right? Because we choose every single day. Right, when those who identify with the label of the 144,000, the chosen, right, the chosen ones, it's not that God chose us, it's that we chose ourselves, we chose God, right? That's what it is, right? We incarnated into this reality, into the muck. Earth can really be seen right now in this inverted nature that it's in right now, like Earth is the swamp. Earth is the murky swamp, right? In this low density energy that we're ascending out of, right? We incarnated into the muck. All right? We chose that. And we knew that when we came down here, we would be given the opportunity to choose any number of things, right? Free will. We would forget who we were, at least for a time. And we would make a lot of choices, the kind of inverted choices that we're programmed to make, right? The hedonistic choices, the self-sacrificing to an extreme, or the victimization choices, right? The all of these, right? All the stuff, you know the stuff, right? But at some point, we would choose God, whatever, for lack of a better term, right? Once more, we would choose our own divinity once more, right? We would choose to claim that we would choose to claim our divinity, our identity as powerful fractals of that God source energy. And we would clear the muck and the mire. All right? We knew that we would choose. What am I holding in my hands while I'm talking about this, you guys? 9 of Wands, test of faith. You can't make that up. This is a test of faith in ourselves right now, as well as in ourselves, and of course in God, but they are one and the same, right? We are God, God is us. So a test of faith in ourselves, in our path, in our chosen path, right? And this, we can make this as big or as small, macrocosm, microcosm, right? A test of faith when it comes to our choice to come down into the swamp, whether we consider Earth the swamp, or our own perceived shortcomings, our own fears, our own darkness, right? We came here because we knew that we would be able to hold the light. We came here because we knew that we would choose ourselves, our divinity, that we would choose God, that we would choose the God spark inside of each and every single one of us. We came down here because we knew that we would do that. And every moment is another opportunity to choose that. To choose God, to choose the God force within you. To make the choices that align with our soul, even if they're scary, especially if they're scary. It's powerful stuff. That's powerful stuff. I don't think we need to go any further with this. Yeah, I mean, we got obvious Mercury retrograde energy right here with the 5 of Wands, personality clashes, competition, arguing, misunderstandings, tempers flaring. This is the energy that may be surrounding us, right? Or that we may find ourselves engaging in as we are cultivating our own warrior energy, right? Masculine energy, Mars energy here. This is like the craziness of the world, the collective trying to process all the activations we received. And I'll link the video on that in the description box for people as well. When I talked about the 3 downloads that I received from the eclipse, that and the Mercury retrograde astrology video, I'll link for you guys. This is just crazy. So powerful. Tell me more before we close. We'll get a little bit into this. I actually want to pull from here again. Tell me a little bit more about these misunderstandings. Okay, here we go. Straighten the record. 7 of Swords. All right, that's it. So the clarifier was right on the bottom of the deck, and then we have the 3 of Cups. Other people's influence, love triangle sticking out to me there. So there's going to be an opportunity during Mercury retrograde as well to set the record straight. And we know that people, because we're in this energy of revising, of clearing up karma, of integration, that we do tend to have people from the past and situations from the past coming back around for resolution. So we may have an opportunity to set the record straight with somebody, or somebody may be desiring the opportunity to do that with us. All right, where there was a misunderstanding. Where perhaps, oh, and this came through in a reading I did the other day. I think I posted it on here. I think I did it for TikTok, but I think I reposted it on here as well, about somebody having a confession to make. Somebody making a confession. So this is like working back through misunderstandings. This is people, yes, getting caught or making confessions. Just a lot of truth being new perspectives to sort through and digest, right? If somebody comes to you wanting to clear the air, clear the energy of the past, bringing you information you didn't have before, and then the need to kind of sort through that and understand that, how that shifts your perception of them or of the situation or of your own soul lessons, I'm feeling, and your own soul growth, why it was that you experienced that, really bringing you clarity around what you were meant to learn from that person, that situation. So that's going to be powerful stuff coming through for people as well. Yeah. Just a lot of, I feel like there's going to be like confused energies where our misunderstandings, which is very common during Mercury retrograde, but then the opportunity to sort through those together and to come to a clearer picture ultimately of what each person, where each person is coming from. And definitely misunderstandings from the past being hashed out as well. And if there's something that needs to be revealed, some secret that needs to come to light, I feel like that's going to be happening for people during Mercury retrograde as well. Clear, which is really, that's going to be interesting, right? And then we have Strength coming out. And this is all in reverse, all right? So this is about self-esteem, healing around self-esteem, needing healing, receiving the opportunity to heal. And that's part of those Chiron wounds that we were healing, right? In Aries especially. Self-love, self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence, right? All of those energies. So seeing and understanding for some people where a low sense of self-worth contributed to situations or contributed to misunderstandings. Yeah. But there's this beautiful energy of reunion. We got the 4 of Wands here too. So I see the 3 of Cups and the 4 of Wands here also as people coming back together, people uniting or reuniting. Perhaps once situations were able to be hashed out, right? And we were able to understand each other better. So that's really beautiful. People coming together. Yeah, just a lot of energy as we're moving through this Mercury retrograde. We got people coming in. We got people going out with the 8 of Cups here, right? Just a whole lot of like really getting that deeper sense, like we talked about in the astrological energies of Mercury retrograde. What they desire, what they want, what they need, and whether or not the people, places, and things in their lives are providing that. And if they are not, how is it that we can hash this out? How is it that we can get on the same page here? And if there is no getting on the same page, then knowing when it's time to walk away, right? When to hold them and when to fold them. That's the kind of energy here. Yeah, this is beautiful. Somebody might be getting married during Mercury retrograde as well. Or, and it's Mercury retrograde's an interesting time. Like I'm getting ready to launch my coaching program. And I'm going to be talking about that with you guys moving forward here. But I haven't really wanted to do it during Mercury retrograde. So that's been kind of an interesting thing, right? You making commitments during Mercury retrograde. But I always say, sometimes if this is something that you've been wanting and desiring for quite some time, but you've been afraid to make the move, sometimes Mercury retrograde can give us that flipped perspective that allows us to work through what was blocking us, which is a lot of what we saw at the beginning of this reading. So like taking action on something that's been a long time coming is different from taking action on something that just is a whim that comes through during Mercury retrograde. All right, so it's knowing the difference between those things. I feel like this is actually what this is alluding to for some is like an unexpected wedding, or like people kind of coming out of the closet in terms of like, nobody had any idea that two people were in a relationship and suddenly they're getting married, or two people meet and instantly fall in love. It's like that love at first sight energy, and the next thing you know, they're walking down the aisle or what have you. It's like these really unexpected unions, these really unexpected decisions that people are making. Which is very Aries, and we have to remember this when we're working with Mercury retrograde in Aries. Aries is impulsive, and Aries can be reckless. Aries is very much that childlike energy of I want what I want when I want it, and I'm going after it, and you're not going to stop me. So we're going to see some of this unexpected energy coming through. Unexpected news of engagements, of breakups, of makeups, of job changes, just a lot of that eclipse energy. Remember, we are in eclipse season. We just had that powerful eclipse. All right. So that tends to come with these shakeups anyway. So when we throw Mercury retrograde into the mix, it's just a lot of what seem like really rash, impulsive decisions that some people are making as well. And I just gave you my sort of overview of how I feel about making decisions during Mercury retrograde, the ins and outs of that. So I'm not going to rehash that. But yeah, a lot of powerful decisions that some of them are reckless, some of them are like snap decisions, some of them are decisions that have been a long time coming that people are just jumping on because of the retrograde. Yeah, especially when it comes to love. Because people's hearts are opening. That eclipse was a major heart opener, all right? And all these Chiron wounds that we are integrating through Mercury retrograde, where that comes to our ability to love, to our ability to make choices and decisions, right? Aries is opposing Libra. Libra can be indecisive. Aries is the decisive aspect of that energy, that polarity. All right, so it's like making decisions based on the heart is what I'm feeling. Because Mercury in retrograde, a lot of times, it depends on how your natural mental energy works. But Mercury, a lot of times in retrograde, and this might be a little different if you have Mercury retrograde naturally in your chart, but we're moving from more of an intuitive space, a feeling space, as opposed to a linear mental process. So people are making decisions with their hearts. They're being guided by their intuition, or at least by their feelings, more by their feelings and their gut. And the gut is similar to the intuition, but the gut is more of a primal kind of a guiding force, if you will. All right. Yeah. And this Two of Wands in reverse is all about reassessing. So the final word from Spirit here is make sure that you are taking advantage of this time to reassess your priorities, to organize your priorities by terms of, yes, sometimes responsibility, right? For instance, we have a child, that has to be one of our top priority, right? But reassess the priorities that you can by passion. What are you most passionate about? Make those your top priorities when and where you can. Set that goal, set that strategy, make those adjustments where necessary. All right. And for some people, it's like if you are not feeling a lot of clarity around something that you're trying to create, you need to define your purpose. You need to define your why. What are you trying to get out of this? What are you trying to achieve, right? What is your motivation? What are you trying to achieve? And this could be like the ultimate aim, right? Like me wanting to experience a greater level of abundance. What I'm really calling in is more freedom. All right, that's what I'm trying to achieve. My purpose is freedom, individual freedom, and also freedom for the collective, and assisting the collective in becoming more free as well. Creating those templates of reality and experience that allow for us all to experience greater freedom, internal and external. Freedom of the mind, freedom of the heart, freedom of the body, right? What is the purpose? Why are you doing this? What is the why? All right, and let the why inform the how, if that makes any sense. All right, you guys, I love you. We got positive changes. 5 of Pentacles in reverse here. Positive shifts and changes on the bottom of the deck. Rebuilding, powerful turning points, and recovery. So this is all good stuff. Even if it feels heavy, right? Like, it's all good stuff. It's all leading to a deeper level of fulfillment. As long as you pay attention, you make the necessary adjustments, and you're willing to dive into that swamp. You're willing to wade through the murky waters of that internal swamp in order to get to the other side. And you're a lot closer than you think. Love you so much. Honor you. Respect you. I will talk to you all very soon. Go ahead and hit that like button if you have not yet. Drop a comment down below. Let me know how this Mercury retrograde has been treating you so far. I would love to hear all about your experience, how you relate to these energies or resonate with the energies that came through in this reading, and what powerful changes you are initiating during this potent time